Hello and welcome to RDA IDCC speaker trainings. As a speaker, when you first log onto the site, you'll be taken to the homepage that looks like this. One of the first things that we ask you to do is go to your profile, update your password, fill out any extra information in here that might be applicable to you. And I really want to call out right here under test your setup, this little click here link that will open up a new page and run a pre-call test for you. And this will test your camera, your microphone, and your browser, making sure that everything is working great. Just a couple of notes while this test is running. We recommend using Google Chrome. It's going to be for the best user experience. If you have any stringent VPNs or privacy networks enabled, go ahead and disable those for the call and the session that you're running. And if you are having a little bit of sound quality issues, video quality issues, try refreshing your page. Sometimes that goes ahead and works for you. And if there's still some more, you can try clearing your cache out and seeing that. So once this test is done, you'll be able to see that the video is good, the audio is good, your browser is compatible. If any of these check marks are yellow, orange, red, it will be an indicator of what you may need to look at to troubleshoot a bit further. Now, this will be available to you throughout the entire conference. You can always go to your profile and test that out whenever you want. That is there for you. When looking for your session, you can go back, if you're part of the IDCC speakers or RDA speakers, you can go to those pages, go to the schedule, type in a session that might be good for you, type in the title of it, and then you will see the sessions come up after you type in what might work for you. So looking into that, if you are a speaker at any of these sessions, once you find it, you can click the attend button to the left and that will automatically add it to your schedule. So if you go to my schedule, it will be right there, easy for you to access for those that you've actually added to your schedule. To show you what a session looks like prior to the start time, you can click into any session that's upcoming and it'll look something like this. So you'll see the title at the top, you can add it to your calendar. Any of these calendars will do with a link straight to the session. Again, when you click attend, it's on the schedule within the platform and you'll see the picture and the description underneath. Once that session does go live, you will be taken into a live room, and as a speaker, your session's you'll be able to get into your green room 30 minutes prior to a session beginning. So in that session, you can pop into it and that green room will look just like this. It'll be a gray box, you're the first to join. Attendees will not be able to see what you're doing. So just to be clear, the same URL that you're using to see before the session begins is the same URL that you'll be able to access the green room in. It's the same URL attendees will be able to access once the session goes live. So you can see down here, I have this red live button. That means that it's live. Anybody that comes to this page will see me broadcast. During your green room, it will be a blue countdown timer. These are all the controls you will see as a speaker of a keynote session. You'll see the camera, so you can click that on. It'll turn your video on. Hi, everyone. It'll also automatically turn on your microphone. So here you go. Green is on. When it says on underneath, it's on. White means it's off. Just to let you know, when you turn on that video, the microphone is automatically going to turn on with it. You do not have to hit the microphone for that to come on. But if you do want to mute yourself, which we recommend if you are not speaking, go ahead and turn your microphone off so that we don't get any background noise. If you do want to share your screen, you can hit the share desktop icon in Google Chrome. It will pop up. A pop-up window like this, you can choose your entire screen, an application window, or a Chrome tab. If you are choosing to share a video in a presentation, please put that in a Google Chrome tab, whether your presentation is through an online service such as Microsoft SharePoint, or it's on YouTube, something like that. That is the way that people are going to be able to hear the audio of your video, so that you can choose the Chrome tab that you want to share and you'll click share audio. So once you choose that screen to start sharing, you can share that screen, and you as a speaker will see this black box that says publishing your desktop. That means that you can now navigate around your either your tab or your application, but attendees will actually see what you're publishing. So you won't see exactly what you're publishing, but don't worry, attendees will. So notes for you to know that you're publishing your desktop. It's this black box. You'll have a bar at the bottom of the screen that says you are sharing. Your screen share will be on. So all three of these indicators let you know that screen sharing is turned on. One thing that you can tell attendees if they want to see your screen better, there is an expand screen button in the lower right-hand corner of every window that's up in this live stream section. So when you click on that, it will enlarge to the window, and you can minimize it by going the other way. So that's something that attendees will have to do on their own. But you as a speaker, it's nice to know that that is there, and you can have them do that as well. When you're ready to stop sharing, simply click on that screen share button and it will go away. If you want to use headphones or an external microphone, external camera, come in to the green room, test it all out, make sure it works. And you can choose this source button if you want to change any of your inputs. So you can choose your video source, choose your microphone source, save it, and make sure that works for you if you do want to use some of those external inputs. Lastly, we have this exit button. Once you hit exit, it's going to kick you back to the home page. It just means that you are no longer in the session, you're out of it. It's just a way for you to kind of end your session when you're finished. We also have these emojis over here that attendees can click on, let you know how great you're doing, how much they like your presentation. It's also a way for you to get feedback. Hey, can everyone see my screen? Hit the like button. How's everybody feeling today? Give me some hearts if you're doing all right, things like that. And that's a great way to interact with the audience. Again, we have this timer to the right. It will count down during your session. So once your session begins, you'll see the minutes and seconds counting down. And then once it hits time, it will gray out and it will say passed. It will not kick you out of your session though. As long as you're streaming or someone is streaming, attendees will be able to get in and out of the session. But once you stop streaming, that session will end completely once this has gone to passed. Over on the right-hand side, we have this chat box. So this chat is all public. Anybody that is in the session can see the chat. They can interact through the chat box. And as a moderator, you'll have this red hazard button here. You can click on that and remove a message, which means that you're taking the message off of the chat board. You can kick a user, which means you're kicking them out of the session. They'll have to manually re-enter the session, or you can kick and ban a user. Now that means that you will ban them from the platform completely, and one of the Juno staff will have to allow them to come back in as a user onto the platform. We encourage Q&A questions to you as a speaker to be put in this Q&A bucket. That's something that as a speaker moderator, we really encourage you to tell people to put all their questions in the Q&A bucket. You'll see a few different options as a moderator. You'll see this little conversation bubble with the 3 dots. You can ask the presenter a question. That means it's going to pop it up on screen down here. So anything that someone's typed in, that's a really great question. You put it up on the screen. The speaker can see that. All the attendees can see that. It's a great way to know that you're addressing the new question. And once that's been on the screen for about 20 seconds, it'll disappear on its own. Another thing that you can do is you can add an answer. So this means that you can type something. and send that answer in, and it will pop it up on the screen automatically with the question, with the answer, and it'll mark it answered for you. And then once a question has been answered, you can mark it as answered, and you'll see that this little green answered is there for you to see. Attendees also have the option to upvote questions. So the ones that are at the top mean that most people are voting those up. They're the most popular questions. As a speaker moderator, you will see this constant fluctuation of questions as people keep upvoting them. You'll kind of want to stay near the top of this screen to answer those questions. Once they aren't answered, you can always click on that hazard button, remove the message. We do track it, so you're not losing the question and answer completely. You're just removing it from view so you can keep track of all the questions that are coming in. So that's an option for you if you'd like that. We also have the opportunity to do polls. Your polls do need to be preloaded. Once those polls are in, you can choose that multiple choice question, choose the number of seconds you want to send it out for. You'll send that poll out and there will be a timer on that. Now, wherever anybody is in here, in the chat, the Q&A moderator section, wherever you are in this, it will automatically bring you to a poll once a poll has been sent out. Once that timer runs down, it will show you the percentage of answers for each of those answer choices so that you can engage. And again, once that timer ends, you will be brought back to the polls tab if you're not there to see those answers. But again, these do need to be preloaded before your session starts. We can't get those in once the session is started. It's not on the fly. Lastly, as a speaker moderator, you will have the mod tab. Attendees will not be able to see this. So this is a private chat between speakers and moderators. It's great for letting a speaker know how much time is left, if they're getting a little distracted, or if they're sharing their screen and they're not necessarily seeing the timer. It's a great place to let a speaker know if maybe their audio sounds a little echoey. So this is a really great place to stay as a speaker to read any of the comments that come in here. Real quick, I'm going to pop over to another window and show you what it looks like as an attendee. So here I am as a speaker, I'm on screen. And just to let you know, that's a really great segue into, you never want to have two tabs open at the same time with your microphone and camera on both of them. So I'll go ahead and turn that one off. Otherwise you'll get a noise that sounds like that. So instead of me trying to make the noise with my own mouth, that was an example of what it sounds like in real life. When you have two tabs open, it sounds really awful. So make sure that you only have one tab open and streaming at the same time. We might hear this noise again in just a minute because I'm going to show you as an attendee what this looks like. So as an attendee, I don't have the camera button, but I do have a raise hand button. So I can raise my hand to ask a question. And over here, as the speaker moderator, you can see that I get this little notification in the Q&A. I can go over here and as a moderator, I can say, yes, I'd like to allow this person to come on stage. So once I click that hand button, here I am, I've been asked to start streaming. I can come on screen. I will split. I can ask my question and then I can stop streaming when I'm done streaming. So that's what that hand raise feature looks like. And it's a really awesome way to bring people up on stage and get them interacting with you and asking questions in real time as well. Just a couple of quick notes for you then before we cut off here. Please don't share your login credentials with anyone. Those are specific to you. We do not want the computer to think that somebody else that signed in as you as your speaker and won't let you on. And then we will have a Juno staff member and an RDA or IDCC staff member with you in the green room to go over some housekeeping notes, make sure that you really understand and feel comfortable with the platform. And then we do ask that, we will ask that you let all the attendees know that question and answer will be done at the end of the session so they can go ahead and put everything in that Q&A and you'll have some time at the end to answer some of those questions. If there's anything else that you need, the staff is there. There are test rooms open for you now to go in and test your setup and microphone on the site. You can just jump into any one of those rooms if you don't want to wait until 30 minutes before, but otherwise you will have that 30-minute grace period. And that is a quick wrap of the speaker training. If you have any questions, please let us know.